Hey everybody, it's Laura back with another craft tutorial, except this week it's kind of not a craft. We are going to cook today. We're going to make cookies for our dogs, or for your friend's dog, or your neighbor's dog, or whoever's dog. I bet the animal shelter wouldn't mind if you brought by a little tray of animal cookies for them, but I would check first. They might have their dogs on a special diet. So you need a jar of baby food and about a cup of flour. Whole wheat flour is ideal, but you can also use oat or whatever else you have that is nice. It really is not that big of a deal, but don't add it all at once, because if you add it all at once, you might make it too dry, and you might want to keep a little extra flour on hand just in case you need more to dust your surface or something. So stir it with your spatula, stir it with a spoon, anything like that is fine. We're looking for a consistency that's easy to roll out, kind of like a sugar cookie, something like that. Maybe a little firmer than that, that's fine too. Just something that is an easy dough, like a bread dough that you can roll out. But there's no rising agent in this, so it will not behave quite like a bread dough, or a cookie for that matter. Because when you put these in the oven, they're not going to puff up. They're going to stay exactly the way they are. You're going to hit a point where you need to use your hands. That's okay. Use your hands. Get in there. Knead it a little bit. Kneading develops a little bit of gluten, helps it kind of stay together. You don't want to do that too much, but you can do it enough that it forms kind of a smoother ball that you can easily roll out, that isn't going to stick to everything in sight. You don't want it to stick to everything. Just to, I don't know, itself. It's fine. So I rolled it out between two pieces of parchment paper. You have one to bake on. I did not give you two pieces of parchment paper for you to roll it out on because it didn't work all that well. I didn't really like it. So what I want you to do instead is to dust the surface you're going to work on with some flour. Put your dough down, roll it out, dust some flour on top as you go. It'll be fine. And you can roll it with whatever you've got. I used a glass jar that used to have cold brew coffee in it. That explains a lot about me as a person, the fact that I have empty cold brew coffee containers around. If you know me, you know what I'm talking about. I need to cut down on that stuff. It's so good. So here you go. You can roll it out about as thick as you want. It's not that big of a deal. Just try and make it consistent. So when you take the scraps and roll it out again, you want it to be about the same thickness you started with so that you don't have some that are done faster than others when you put them in the oven. I'm flouring my cookie cutter between uses. It means that it will not stick to the dough and you will get a crisp, clean line. Always flour your cookie cutters. Just do it. And if you do not happen to have a dog biscuit shaped cookie cutter, which I got when I was in Shipshewana last because I could not resist it, just use whatever cookie cutter you have at home. If you don't have cookie cutters at your house, I don't blame you. Who has time to make sugar cookies in shapes? Just use a pizza cutter or a knife. That's fine too. And if you look at what I'm doing here, I'm not rolling it out, I'm just pressing it out. If you don't have anything to roll stuff with, just use your fingers. Press it out. Just try to be consistent in the thickness, because while these don't really rise and end up taking up your whole cookie sheet the way some things do, they will cook slower than the thinner ones that I did. So I had to take the thin ones out of the oven before the thicker ones that I did later. Which was fine, but why do you have to deal with that? Learn from my mistakes. The cookies that I made they were mango. And I had no idea. I asked a coworker to pick up some baby food when she was at the store getting library supplies. Mango apparently is safe for dogs. I did not know. So bake it for 30 minutes, 350, and this is what it looks like. And just after these were done, we had a doggy friend of the library stopped by, Winston, and he got to taste them, and he really liked them. So hopefully your dog likes them too.